So the Kamishibai story I'm going to do for you today is not a traditional Japanese story. It is actually one that is an old family story that my husband, when he was a little boy, his dad would make up stories and tell him stories. Instead of reading stories from a book. So my husband loved all these stories. And then he would share these stories also with my kids. So this is a story that was made up by Grandpa Julian, or we call Pa. And the illustrations, the Kamishibai, was actually made by my son, Elliot, when he was about 10 years old. So I've had it in the library for many years, and everybody loves Kamishibai, but also the kids love the Cornflake story. So this is called The Greatest Cornflake by Pa Julian. It's only a quick one, but it's a good one. So as I said, the illustrations were done by my son when he was at school. So the greatest cornflake. Once upon a time, there was a very selfish little cornflake. He lived in a large cornflake box with all the other cornflakes. He would always push and boss all the other cornflakes around. He would shove them and step on them and tell them to get out of the way as he clawed his way to the top of the cornflake box. When he got to the top, he would dramatically shout, "I'm the greatest cornflake in the whole world." One day, a little boy's mum went to the supermarket to buy groceries. While she was there, she remembered to buy his favorite cereal and picked up the box of cornflakes and took them home. On the way home in the car, the cornflakes were all mixed up and the selfish little cornflake ended up at the bottom of the box. So again, he pushed all the other cornflakes around. He shoved them and stepped on them and told them to get out of the way as he clawed his way to the top of the box. When he got to the top, he shouted, "I'm the greatest cornflake in the whole world." The next morning, the little boy decided to have cornflakes for his breakfast. "Oh, goody, my favorite cereal," he said. He poured himself a big bowl, excitedly licking his lips. When he poured out the cereal, of course, the selfish cornflake ended up on the bottom of the bowl. He shoved the other cornflakes, stepped on them, and told them to get out of the way as he clawed his way to the top of the bowl. When he got to the top, he shouted, "I'm the greatest cornflake in the whole world." Then came the time when the little boy poured milk into the bowl, and as the icy cold milk swished down through the cornflakes and they flapped and frolicked around. As the cornflakes swam around, the selfish little cornflake shouted, "Oh no, I'm the soggiest cornflake in the whole world." And the little boy ate him up. The other cornflakes were all sent to a cornflake resort at the coast. The end.